Okay, waiting to YouTube catch up so I can check the sound. Yeah, it seems to be okay. So good to go. So I have been streaming in the YouTube for a while now. I have been actually streaming in Twitch, and in the Twitch I usually stream in Finnish. So if I suddenly start speaking Finnish, that's the reason. And today I'm going to actually continue the drawing I did on the Wednesday stream. So I have 3 bunnies here. I'm gonna continue inking this and painting. Also, I might change a little bit of this bunny because this one looks really tiny compared to all the others, so I think I will make it a little bit bigger. And today I'm also prepared because last time I had great struggle to like mix the good shade of brown, because actually it's the Lopper bunny that has really complicated color because the hair is like darker in the tips and it's really hard to do it in the watercolor, so I have like all my watercolor palettes on my reach, so I hope I can mix the perfect color. I have idea for that because I have one darker brown that is granulating, so I think that might save me. But first let's make it a little bit bigger. This would be so much easier if this would be digital drawing, like I just could like choose it and whoop, zoom it in, but yeah, it's not possible on the paper. I was also thinking because in the initial sketch this was a bit lower than these two. I was actually thinking to put them on the same level, but then I will run into issue that it's actually not possible, because if these are on the same level and this is front of the back bunny, it will look a bit funny because it's probably not possible. I also like it maybe. Yeah, I may be keeping this here a bit lower. I also have a reference photo on the phone, but I'm keeping the phone off camera and it seems like I'm drifting away from the frame. I struggled with that last stream as well, because my current setup is a bit not so good. Yeah. Let's take washi tape here. I can show you a trick if you stream and tend to go off the. I have to wait a bit because somehow my OBS has quite lag between the image and like it is lag. I don't know why. It comes from camera. Like usually it's instant, but now I think I have a different quality going, so it might be. Yep. Now I have something to guide me. Because I usually I tend to move the paper a lot when I'm drawing, so it like drifts away. I'm not going to erase it completely because I'll erase it more thoroughly when I have been done sketching. Also, I need to sharpen my pencil. Which one was the correct? I think it's this side. Actually, pencil I'm using is not anything special. It's called drafting pencil. So it has like long lead inside, and it's same thickness as regular pencils. It's clutch. Also, it can be called clutch pencil. So when I push the button, the lid is like loose. I can change it. So it depends on how I like it. I usually keep it quite short. But yeah, it's handy because I tend to hold my pencils really low, and if I'm using regular wooden pencils, like these ones, this area here is not smooth because like you sharpen here. I tend to hold here and then I get like small wood pieces on my hand and it gets painful. So I prefer having drafting pencil. Also this is really heavy and nice, feels nice in the hand. Has also nice grip. I was thinking, I like the composition was nice because this one is up, this was lower, but I think I might need to bring them on the same level, at the head level. Also there's one place I need to be careful that I'm not overlapping these ears. Or overlapping is not so bad, but I don't want them be touching because that would create tangents and those are not looking good. So also other thing to watch is this pow here, but I think I can actually lower them a bit. It's funny that I don't draw anatomically correct bunnies like the paws. I usually draw really tiny. I'm really struggling. I remember I had the initial sketch in my sketchbook, but I don't remember how I had the bunny planned out. I can try. Also, reason I like to have the previous line still there is that I can verify that I draw it bigger. If I would use it completely, I would probably just like draw it on the same size. Like I'm doing right now. I think we can safely start up here and this. So I think I can lower someone there. It probably gets covered. I'll erase those front paws and try to remember add them later. Usually they can be quite low here because if you have seen how the bunnies stand on their hind legs, they actually use their front paws to balance. So they usually put them down and close together. So I can draw them like that. I'm still not sure is this. Let's draw it even bigger. Oh, my work surface is not so clean. It is dry, so I think it's not transferring. Because this work is probably going to the bunny owner. And now it's looking much better. Probably a bit longer. The nose area as well. Also eyes go a bit higher. Then make nice round body for the bunny. And small puffs. And the pouch. I think that's... I am not so sure do I like that tangent or not, but I think I don't have a lot of choices here. Although not so nice tangent is this side, so it's not so bad if it's like if they're like going on top of each other, but it's bad if they are just like touching. Actually, here I can see one reason I don't like sketching with the pen that is not sharp, because it creates these smudged lines and they are really hard to tell. I'm actually going to like that, because it do I have need better eraser on this thing, so I can erase it more accurately. Also, I'm a bit worried that because I have been erasing quite a lot of this paper, it might be so that its surface becomes damaged. I don't want that to happen. I actually thought that there might be some damage on that line as well. Hopefully not. The reason why I erase these lines like before inking is because when I'm inking I tend to get really into the like flow, and if there's line like going, this line would be visible, I might draw it even if it shouldn't be there. I would say I'm not very mindful inker. That is why I'm erasing all the lines that shouldn't be here. I'm also adding that this line here, and this one isn't that orange. And these are here not looking good because here happens the tangent thing I was actually talking before. Like this ear goes very close to this leg, even if they are not part of the same like tree shape, so they shouldn't be that close together. Problem is this is how I usually draw the legs. I'm actually going to where is my Bunday pieces? I was thinking maybe moving this. It's also possible to draw bunny leg on the front different way, like completely. Just having the pav there. Like that. Usually don't do it this way, but I think I can, if I'm not like drawing the whole, I think I can draw it that way. Yeah, that looks okay-ish. But also, this leg is not showing up. Because it's somewhere here behind. Now I hope I have reference images I got from the Instagram, and I hope I can see all parts of the bunnies. Now I'm actually worried that this is really huge compared to the front paws. I think I can ink it now. I'm happy with it. For the inking colors, I have few options because I have some new pens. The one I used for the Bunday pieces is the Copic multiliner, and this is in color brown, which is really nice brown. I like it a lot. Then I also have Neopico. Oh, it has some watercolor at the end. Neopico, which is a bit darker. It is called sepia. The Copic one is more brown. Then I also have this pen, which is completely new for me. I haven't done any artwork on this one. It's from Pilot. It's a nice brown as well. This is a brush type pen, so I can make thin lines or thick lines. I would like to try this out, but I'm not so sure is this waterproof or not. So I have to try that. I also have gray fine liners, which are I think these are waterproof. Not super fun. They said they are permanent. I want to test it as well. Of course I have black But black is the color I don't actually like to use for line art. It feels always like too strong for my taste. I'm pretty sure I will go with the... Sorry, some stuff is like falling from the... And no, this is way too strong as well. And something finer. I think all my blacks here are brushes. Definitely not brush. I have the one I like a lot, and I think I inked nope, not this one. The smaller one. Nope, not this one. I think it's this one. Yeah, it was this one, I think. This is really nice because it makes really thin lines and thick lines. But it's black. But now the test, I always recommend if you want to color with watercolors. Test your line. Fine liner waterproof. Yep. Good thing I didn't choose this one because it's not waterproof. It's a bit sad because it means I will use it. I will like not use it so often. These two are waterproof. Let me check. Yep, they are not bleeding. Same goes with these grays. Yep, they are also waterproof. These two are waterproof. I know because I have used them before. So, do we want to have... I'm checking with the... I have some screenshots of the bunnies. I can take... I think I'm going with this one. So it is the Copic one. It's also one I have the most experience, so it's like the one I'm familiar with. I'm just checking the stream health. I'm actually a bit sad that this Copic multiliner is really hard to find. This is really old and it will probably run out of ink at some point. Inking is actually one of those times in the drawing I'm most nervous about ruining something, because it's like the first step to make something permanent on the paper. I actually messed it up already. This here become way too rounded. Even if I've been drawing a lot of bunnies, it's really nerve-wracking to draw bunnies that should be looking like some particular bunny. Of course, I have been drawing quite a lot of my own bunny, Jalmari, but he's really easy to draw. He's just brown, so but with these two are multicolored, and this one is one color, but it is quite a tricky color. I can find this one is looking really serious. Drawing bunnies with expression is one thing I really want to practice more. Because I tend to draw them looking really serious and have like blank stare. And this also is quite... Nope, no, that's not really bad there. Oops. It's also nerve-wracking to draw something that I know might go to somebody else than my own collection, because for me it's really, I don't know, everything that I keep for myself, it's quite easy because I can just like, I don't have all my art displayed, but quite many Bunday pieces are on display. But I tend to feel really critical when I'm drawing to other people. And that's why I decided to use Ruka's Instagram followers and ask permission to draw them. And then I hope I can get enough practice so I can feel confident enough to take commissions. At the same time, I'm pretty sure that will never happen. Because it's just really nerve-wracking. That part is bugging me a lot. I hope it goes under the watercolor and doesn't show. What's actually found really interesting in this one is that it was fun to draw bunny that have like one ear up and one ear half floppy. And I'm also feeling really rusty at drawing. I have been like, for 2 years now, I have been almost not drawing at all. Also, I can feel it on my hand. I will let that dry completely because I know this this fine liner has tendency to like, it quite often goes like, it's spread when I erase it. Even if I feel it's dry, it can still spread, so I want to keep it, let it dry completely. I have made that mistake many times. So while this is drying, I think I can mix the stuff, think about the colors. So the one of the bunnies is this one. This is the leopard one. So this one is the tricky one because how the hair is darker on the edges. I did a sketch on my sketchbook where I tried to use sepia, but it didn't work that well. But I have many watercolor palettes, and I'm going to say it. If you want to paint watercolors, you don't need that many palettes. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now in my hands. Actually 6, because there's one on the floor as well. I have been painting watercolors quite a long time, so I have many palettes. And yes, some of my palettes are not used that much. So this set is from the Roman Small, and it was ready-made set, which I picked quite many colors myself, and this one is quite many browns, and this brown here is granulating, and this is also granulating black, but I think that's a bit too strong, so keep it with this one. And this one granulates, and granulation effect is more pronounced when I have the a lot of water. So, and granulation is those dark spots that forms. Like this one granulates quite readily. So I think that is good candidate for the like the top layer. Underneath, I think, be close to this one. I probably need to mix it a little bit. Also have the new brown here, so I haven't yet used. And these are how the watercolors come. They are wrapped, and this is iron chrome brown, 258. And it's granulating because it has G there, and it's pigment brown 29. So I think we are gonna open this one. This might be the brown I need. These are like candy wrappers, but don't eat these. But I just find them, every time I go to a new palette, I thoroughly enjoy opening the pans. This is like candy paper. And then it has the parchment paper on the top, because watercolors may attract some moisture. Let's see how this brown goes. I don't have swatch of this one, of course, because it's new color. It's actually a little bit resisting the water, but it's because it's new and it has probably something on the surface, so I'm going to give it a good rub. It's super dark. Also, I have super lot of it on my brush. It is granulating quite a bit, but it's also completely wrong tone. It's way too reddish, so it's beautiful brown, but it's not what I'm looking here. I could tint this to colder by adding blue, but it probably wouldn't. Well, its dry is quite neutral. Yeah, it has quite large drying shift, like it's quite reddish when it is wet, but it goes quite neutral when it's drying. Interesting color actually. Probably one of those reasons why I picked it. So we have those. Also, I have one color I really enjoy. This is one of my most used palettes. So this is more getting some more love, so some of the colors are like really dented. It's the spinel brown. Spinel brown is the color actually I often use in the bunny paintings. It's quite light, nice middle brown. I want that might be color of the one of the pointy-eared bunnies. Then I have one huge palette that actually can't fit on the screen. Here's the raw umber I was thinking, because this tone is more close to the bunny color. This is not granulating, it's okay, but because it's really like nice and neutral tone. Problem is palette is too large. This is so large that it actually can't fit here, so I sadly cannot. I'm gonna show you that the color is probably this one. It has to go. I can't fit it even on my desk. It's one reason why I actually stopped painting with that palette. Because it's so big that it feels like it's taking all the whole table here. I need to brush up, not brush the pen, because I want to have all the. There's some lines that I didn't connect all the way. One thing I would love to do is to learn how to apply the line weight, because currently there's another inking mistake. Also this here goes pretty funny. I don't feel too good about this one. But I'm still going to color it and also off camera. It's one of those like feelings when you're painting something and it's got like the ugly stage. At some stage the watercolor painting will not look good, and that's often really discouraging and something that may make you stop. Now this is not actually about the ugly stage, it's about my sloppy inking, which I feel it's not good. It's never good when you start painting something and then you start to feel you don't like it. Of course, I could go and draw it again on the other piece of paper, but I try to avoid that. Why? Because I know it's never ending cycle. I always make some more small minor things I want to change. So I also have color splash on the paper. My water went really brown because, well, it's too bad. I actually can't blot those out, I think. One sec, I need some paper. So I'm going to wet the area with it some. The water is not so clean. I was thinking maybe I need to change the water as well. It's more pronounced. So I probably need to paint this again after the stream because of all the mistakes. So let's start with, interestingly enough, when this one is dried, it doesn't look so red anymore. But I'm still thinking this is the color to go, and under layer will be, I think it's going to be the burnt umber. Yep, it's this color, so it's really nice mid brown that doesn't lean too much on the either side. It's funny that I haven't used this palette for like, I think over a year now. It feels huge. I'm worried will this be too dark. Also, this is one of those watercolors that doesn't the correct one, yeah. That doesn't have a lot of like drying shift, so it dries like it's looking like when it's wet. It's actually depends on the brand and also the pigment, but I need to leave a little place around the nose. Then that I can blend out, I think. I hope. I actually feel the paper is not in the best shape. feel that it's have like I don't know how this goes. I think I made some repainting later because the color is so uneven, especially because this area here should be almost white, not white but a lighter brown. So I'm trying to I'm sorry if there's like really loud background noises because my table is full of stuff. I just need a smaller brush, so I feel this didn't turn out so well. Way too dark. The paper is actually paper's actually broke on the surface there. So what this means is that I erase it too hard and too many times. Yeah, it's broken there. I can feel it like when I'm applying the color, and it's quite dark color I have in my brush, and then it's like escapes and brings some white spots there. I need to start over. I should be starting over. I always try to be in the good mood when I'm streaming, but there's sometimes when I have really hard time, and one of them is when I feel that I failed. And really feeling failed on the art piece. I have been waiting to be painted, and I have been really wanting to succeed. Feels like especially bad. Actually, the paper here as well is. I think I wrote the paper. It's like it. Because watercolor paper has sizing on the surface, and if it's the sizing broke, the paper start to behave a bit differently. And actually this is the paper usually takes a lot of the beating. It's feel that this time I went a bit too much. Yeah, I think this bunny is looking too dark. I should have way lighter undertone, and I think this line is not going anywhere. Usually, when you're like how watercolor should behave, I'm going to put this somewhere aside for a moment, is like here where I have old edge. Let's actually cellulose paper. No, yeah, you can see that I can like re-wet it completely and like make the edge disappear and smooth it out. It completely smooths out, and also it lifts like this. But here where the paper is damaged, it doesn't do that anymore because the watercolor is soaking quite deep into the paper and the surface is broken, so it has this area that doesn't want to turn lighter. I have a feeling it's unsavable. Yeah, it is way too dark. Yeah, here as well. You can see that even if I went over with the brush, the paper is still light. Yep. It's actually a bit interesting to see because it's one of those things that I know can happen when I'm painting, but it happens quite rarely. I usually don't beat up the paper so much that it damages on the surface, but here it is damaged. I try to read your name, but you will be Fluffy. Yeah. She is very dark brown, but still I think I will repaint this one out of the camera. And it will be probably... I was also thinking maybe a bit larger format, because it's quite tiny for the having like crop portrait. I'm like sticking my head to the shot all the time. Also, I was thinking maybe it's this brush because this synthetic short haired, because it's like spotter type of brush for details, and I'm using it quite much here. Oh, I think I actually have paper pulp there loose. Yep. If I would be starting to paint, like starting on the new paper completely, it's probably I couldn't get it done on the stream. Yep, there's another spot. Yep. I'm looking out of the camera really close to the... There is the spot. We use a light dot in the paper. Another smaller light dot is there. This array is light because I left... Ah, there's also a white dot, which I didn't left. So... there's also a white dot. So those are signs that there's something wrong with the paper. It's probably my erasing actually, I was thinking now. That light dot is really weird. Like, my brush is completely over it and it just like keeps being on there. And I actually think there's two of those dots now as well. Arvo guys, reverse sneezing. I actually will get tomorrow. I try to pick up the light table from the little. What is it called in English? I don't know. But because I currently don't have light table, and because I don't have a light table, I have to sketch on the watercolor paper and erase it on it, and then ink it on the same paper. If I would have a light table, I could sketch on the different paper and then transfer it to the final paper. It would save me these kind of things, like having suddenly paper deciding that it will be and not wanting to be colored. But I will still continue on this one because I know that if I would start over it wouldn't be done here. I'm looking for the lighter shapes of nose. Also, I forget the light areas here and here, and the edge of the ear. I'm sorry that I failed this one. It has been a struggle. I was actually quite prepared for it with the dogs because I'm really bad at drawing dogs. They tend to look like potatoes. but now I feel really discouraged. It's because like how I work. Like I've been drawing a lot of bunnies and then I fail it because I'm just like rushing and doing things I shouldn't be doing. And I hope that if I can get the light table tomorrow, I really hope that the light table is strong enough that I can get it to watercolor paper. Because watercolor paper is quite thick, like you can see it's not thin at all. It's quite thick, so I used to have old light table that was really big and clunky, and it was also type of it was also like not strong enough to come through of the watercolor paper. I'm taking some lighter shade. I'm also top of the nose should be lighter brown. I think it's I don't know. Well, on the first portrait I drew was Hamu, and Hamu is border collie, and it went really easily. I was really happy how it turned out, and it's like I got like really confident that it was good, and then also the Hamu owner wanted the painting, but now I feel just like. And the second time I was having stream, I tried to draw. It was a German Shepherd. So, and it didn't go well. It was like impossible to do. It's like it didn't turn as I wanted, and it just like wouldn't look right. So I can see the paws on this one. Well, when I was drawing the German Shepherd, it looked like a potato, which was a bit like accepted. Yeah, like accepted. No, I can't speak anymore. Which I was like kind of thinking I would end up, because I'm really bad drawing dogs, but somehow doing the Hammy portrait, I was like I was pretty sure that German Shepherd will be fine as well. No, it wasn't. And on that stream I actually didn't do any finished paintings. Then I think next stream I had to cancel because I got the tattoo and my hand was a bit itchy. And tattoo is actually on my right hand, so it would be hard to paint. And then I decided, okay, I will draw bunnies because I'm good at drawing bunnies, and then this happens. So I don't know. It is one of those things this a bit. And Luca is whining. I think it's too dark and even colored. I should have more shading. And Luca is whining. I will do the two other bunnies as well, but I don't have a high hopes. I think I only have low hopes. But I will paint you better portrait off camera. This is unacceptable on this paper, having a lot of those white dots and my inking mistakes and my mistakes in the coloring as well. Actually reminds me of the one video I made on YouTube. I think it's my latest video, because I haven't been doing many videos lately, is the where I said that I will be learning to draw dogs this year. And I think I'm not sure what the version is in the YouTube or did it get cut off or something. But when I was recording a video, I used I think I said something like, I use this as example, like if I would feel that it isn't meaningful goal for me, that I would change it something like I will draw just more bunnies. Now it seems like it's only January and I'm already giving up on that goal and drawing only bunnies. Bunnies badly. Then we have two other bunnies. I think this one has lighter color closer to the nose, also quite a lot of white. Then dark brown on the head. Some dark spot on the ear as well. White mark on top of the head. And she's mostly white on the front. Some browns on the sides. There's a brown dot there. I'm trying to pick the... I think this would be good. This might be granulating color. Yeah, it's granulates. I need to try to look how badly it granulates. I think not too badly. Like I know some colors granulate, like they form clumps. I'm trying to leave the enough white close to the nose and then blend it up. Actually in this side I can feel that definitely here the paper is a bit compromised. It's too dark. There's Ruka's hair on the brush. Ruka is fine even if he's coughing. He doesn't have a kennel cough or anything, he just probably eats something stupid. I'll try to go now with the I was thinking same colors this one, but this is so dark and this we have yeah, that looks more like it. Or too orange. Oh. Ruka puked. No, it isn't too dark. Oh, poor Ruka is having something on the throat. These ear dots look like black. And there's also dark spot here. Oh, the same color. We have Ruka's hair as well. And really closely. Inspect how the color goes. It's actually easier if I would paint realistically, get the coloring right, because here it's a bit stylized, so the bunny is like really round, where in reality the leg goes here, and this is on the side of the bunny. But if I leave it completely white, it will look like the bunny is completely white as well. So I probably need to, so that's why I need those small arrows on the side. And also need to check on the other photos, how it on the other side. That is why if I ever will be making the pet commissions, I will be asking always multiple photos, because it's so hard to get everything in one. So cute, they have like spots on the ear. Really cute. Jalmari was really even colored bunny. Well, he had a little bit darker spots on the nose and ear tips, but other than that, he was really even colored. Let's see the other ear, the pointing ear. Judging from the image, I think there is darker spots, but I will be doing it like pink, so it doesn't matter that much if I have suitable color in this palette. No. Probably my favorite in this trio is this one. Okay, so she's completely different color than these two. More reddish brown or orange, I would say. And she also have spots on the ears. And also light here in the chest. And a little bit brown on the edges. That's actually good because I think I can use that to like differentiate this area here. But I need the suitable brown. Of course, I could always mix the brown, but mixing the brown is painful. It's actually really hard. I'm thinking the transparent brown oxide, which is quite reddish. It's pigment red 101, so it's really reddish. It's really orangey. Maybe with the yellow ochre, because it is lighter. Naples yellow is too yellow. I'm also thinking Queen Gold might be the color, but it goes too orange when it's not diluted enough. I also have this palette chart, and this one I was thinking raw sienna, because raw sienna is good. It's really even color, so I can get even coloring, and also maybe adding a bit of orange in this one. I could get that color quite right. Also, I like these Watercolor colors. They are actually from Ukrainian, and these colors are just like, they behave so well. I painted the whole Bunday over this actually last year with these colors. I go with raw sienna, with burnt sienna. I think that would be make perfect mix for that. If I can make space here. I have to be really careful when I move stuff around, because I'm using my MacBook mic, and I know if I bump into something it will be like artwork in the microphone. Now I'm completely out of frame. No. Problem is that I'm literally running out of space. Because it's like my table isn't my table isn't very big. Also, I have a lot of stuff on my table. This is also not ideal site for me to have palette because I rest my hand there. But let's try. Also, I need. Well, maybe. I have the. I seem to have. That's quite close to it. The color here. Yep, I just need to reconstitute that. This is the reason why I don't usually clean my palettes, because I tend to grab the same colors over and over again. Also, this was the palette I painted Hammer, because there's a big bottle of black. And she has quite nose. I shouldn't have grabbed the spotter for this kind of job because it makes really uneven color. Actually, now having these two colored in, the leopard doesn't look too bad. And at first it felt really failed one. Sorry, my nose is a bit runny today. I'd rather soften this edge a bit. Even if it's quite like yep. Now notice I have no way to tell what time it is. I have half an hour left. I usually stream 2 hours. Sometimes longer, but and now the ears spot. Ear spot look tiny bit darker. So let's see, do I have that one is a bit too orange. Those spots actually look more cooler brown. So let's take the this is the map. Not this one. Burnt sienna. close to it, a little bit of the orange there. Okay. It's a bit too dark, but I will actually take the a little bit of the sepia there, and then this color I mixed. I think it's right like that. Of course, having to use in different orientation when they are in the reference shot makes it a bit harder. I think this bunny is also a little orange on this side as well. I will add some shadows with the grey later. Thinking that's funny. So let's head to the Instagram. And here is so okay, both are on this one. Nope, it's a different bunny. And this one is which one? It's the standing one? No, it's this one. Or does this one also have ears? It's going. Yeah, I'm constantly worried that I draw the ears wrong. But I think this one has also spots on the color on the sides. No, nope, I need bloop. Color guide. Rukas hair on my brush again. And Ruka I really likes to be on the. It gets into my palettes and it's also get into my paints. Even if I try to keep my palettes close when I'm not using them. Still, all my paints have like Rukas hairs embedded in them. Nope, now I grabbed the wrong color. I'm thinking with the shading. I have here one gray I could use for shading the white areas, but let's see how it looks. Nope, I don't like it. It's too flat. So I will actually lighter brown to shade. Even if it actually should be grey because it's on the white surface, but after when shading with the grey it doesn't look so too good. I try like notice that here I didn't erase that well. I think those paths are white. Usually with the bunnies they are white. And I'm pretty far off the frame again. Now we need the good pink. I think I have the good inner ear color somewhere here. It's this spot. Yep, it's a nice shade. The inner ears I actually like to keep them really light colored and Not too much detail. Even if they can, depending on the lighting, they can be really like having quite dark shade as well. I draw so cartoony that I think the light pink is good. I'm trying to give some shading. I like these two, but the leopard one is like, it's not so looking like herself. I try to get some also. I'm a bit worried that I will ruin it if I try to correct it. I'm taking the sepia, which is really dark, almost blackish brown, and take a right reference photo here. With that I try to bring some of the darker areas. Interesting that actually first it looked too dark, and after drawing the two other bunnies it won't look too dark. I'm also giving it quite strong shadows, and reason being because it's so dark brown that the line art is not showing, so it's hard to get like it read correctly, like the shape of the bunny is disappearing because you can't see the outline, and I need to and in reality you don't need the outlines, you should be able to make the mids read without them. Now she looks much better actually, way better. I can I can like see her like different ears from the cheeks, so so cute. Numbers there, and also out of frame again. So I like to give it a bit more shadow on the edges. Even if background is white and it is really not like getting lost in the background, but she has actually quite dark eye on the nose. That looks way better because there was a white before. It doesn't look at. Yep, I think they are done. I've been thinking about the ground, but I think I leave it white. There's actually one place I want to add. And that is around the pulse. Because again, I don't have outline is not showing too well, so I'm trying to be really careful when I fix on this paper because it wasn't good idea to erase this area so heavily. I'm actually going to give it a bit warmer. Brown on these lighter spots. Also, one of my favorite parts when I'm doing portraits is the moment when I take the white gel pen. As I didn't leave the highlight on the eye initially. like so. So there's the trio of the bunnies. I'm actually glad I didn't give up because it's turned out well, and I like how it turned out. Like the one inking mist that I had here completely disappeared, and this bunny doesn't look too dark like at first because everything else was white. It looked too dark, but I think I saved it pretty well. So yeah. And yeah, it's 2 minutes before the streaming time would be ending, so right about time. So thanks everybody for watching, and hope I see you in my future streams as well. I will be streaming Wednesday on Twitch again, but in the Twitch I'll stream in Finnish, and I try stream in the next Sunday here on YouTube, and I streaming in English in YouTube. The reason being I have 2 places to stream is because I think that's good way to like differentiate that, like everybody knows that in Twitch I'm speaking Finnish and here I'm speaking English. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.